Namaste. Myself Siddhanand, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. We are in the continuation of non-destructive testing as we left with the visual inspection of the material or the method. So in the continuation, I just recall what is non-destructive testing. It is used to examine the internal flaws or the integrity or any kind of a defect in the subsurface of the material during their working condition as well, without breaking the material or a product. They have various kind, they are of various kind, these are the various kind of NDT test we discussed, and in this particular 6 most commonly used, which we will focus in the lecture. So as compared to the DT, NDT does not permanently alter the article or the product, and it is the technique to save the money and the time in the product evaluation. As we see that the application of the NDT method at a various engineering fields, but we will focus only on the mechanical engineering system. And this is the chart we discussed in the last lecture, that how these particular tests are providing an importance according to their working. And in the last, we discussed the visual test, that before proceeding for any further inspection, a visual inspection, manual inspection by the highly skilled laborers or the tester is to be performed on any component to also maintain, to also help the wastage of time and the money which will invest in the later stage of the higher NDT methods. So before going for the further, this inspection is taking place, and by the help of this inspection, the particular flaws on the surface level is to be identified, or any kind of a dislocality or disarrangement in the particular product is to be identified very easily. So we discussed these things earlier classes. Now we are going to discuss our next testing, that is called the liquid penetration, that is called the dye penetration as well, that is penetration test. So what does that mean? It is the way most frequently used NDT method, which are utilizing to identify the surface cracks or the hidden surface crack of the material. So this liquid penetrant testing provide a visual indication of a crack or other defect that connect to the surface of the material. Means it just take the surface or just subsurface which is touched to the upper part of that particular surface crack. So the liquid penetrant is primarily useful for non-porous material, and porous material obscures evidence of the defect. This testing method coats or soaks material in an indicator fluid that is known as the dye. This fluid flow into opening in the material surface, as this is the very basic of identifying process. We will discuss the step-by-step procedure, how this particular liquid penetration, dye penetration test is to be happen. So what has happened? How this particular liquid is helped to identify the surface crack. So this testing method coat or soak material in an indicator fluid, and this fluid flows into opening in the material surface, the cracks which is available on the surface. When the liquid remaining on the surface, it is removed and the liquid returns from the crack, that by the capillary action. A simple procedure: when a surface is dipped or sprayed by some kind of a liquid have the tendency to flow, and when they got a space or a void on the surface of the material, they will flow into that particular part and take the position inside that. And due to capillary action, they will move further to the upward position as well. And that is how we will identify, by applying some kind of a dust or some kind of a developer on the material to identify the crack. As you can see in the various figures, we will detailing these things. So when the liquid remaining on the surface is removed, the liquid return from the crack, means as the surface is wiped off with the cloth, the surface remain in the crack. Anywhere liquid resurfaces reveals a defect, means if that particular liquid at the surface, inside the surface, it will detect any kind of a flaw. And the more liquid, the larger the defect. That is the identification known. So without a channel connecting a flaw to the surface, the liquid cannot enter it, obviously. So other method must be used to detect enclosed void or honeycombing. And the surface of the material must also be clean, as oils and the other residual can't interfere with the liquid's ability to enter the cracks. So additionally, the liquid penetrant requires significant equipment setup and cleanup to the handle the liquid itself, that it must require the surface which is to be examined is clean for any kind of a rust or any kind of a oil grease. So while this technique can be used effectively, it is often slower and more cumbersome than other entity method. As you can see in this particular figure, this particular appearance in the red zone is showing the crack on the surface. This particular locations. These particular locations. These all are identification with the help of liquid penetration test. This test utilizing a various kind of a techniques or some kind of a liquid mediums. Sometimes we are utilizing oil, sometimes we utilizing some kind of a chemical penetrant, or some time we utilizing the fluorescent penetrants. So what was there? What is that? We will discuss in the next slide. For before proceeding, how this particular test is to be worked. A very simple procedure for examination of any component surface defect. So any visible crack, porosity and the other defect on the surface of the component easily detected by this technique. And the component may be ferrous, non-ferrous, plastic, glass or ceramic. So they have a wide range of the materials to be tested. So what is the procedure to be tested? Obviously, first is to remove the grease, oil and other material which are available on the surface, which is to be tested. So how it would be clean? Either by wiping out with the cloths or by applying some kind of a water or applying some kind of a chemical for the cleaning. We will not utilize, remember this point, we will not utilize any kind of a pinning method to remove this kind of a scales and the dirt which are available on the surface. Why? If we use some kind of a chipping hammer or pinning methods, or kind of a shot blasting method to remove the scaling on the surface, which is to be tested by the liquid penetration. By the impact of this tiny particle, the void which are open on the surface will be closed with the direct impacting on that particular location. So we need to avoid this kind of a mechanical test or mechanical cleaning as well, not the test. So before cleaning, we need to avoid, one thing need to be taken care in the point, we need to avoid the mechanical cleaning. We will not hammer by the chipping hammer or not go for the shot blasting. That is impacting of pinning of that particular iron particles. So what we will do? We will just clean it by wiping with the cotton cloth or just clean by the plain water or using some kind of a chemical to clean the surface. When the surface is clean and dry, the second step is to drying, obviously. When it is dry, what we need to do? We need to apply some kind of a dye. Dye in the sense you can utilize also an ink, a kind of a oil, vegetable oil that was utilizing in the earlier stages. Now we have a various kind of a chemical as a penetrant. But these particular materials are also utilizing nowadays. So applying the dye penetrant on the clean and dry surface. These are oil, vegetable oil or any kind of chemical penetrants. When we applied that particular penetrant, we left them for a few minutes for settling down that particular liquid inside the crack, and we allow to penetrate that particular liquid penetrant into the surface flaws. What are these types of the penetrant? One is the liquid soluble and another is the fluorescent. So these two types of method which we are utilizing, either we are utilizing fluorescent chemical method or simple liquid soluble penetrants. So what is the next step? So removing the excess penetrant by the soft or the clean cotton on which is available excess on the surface. And when the cleaning is done, as you can see in these particular figures, the figure first, that is the raw particle, raw surface, and then we apply some kind of a cleaner in the second one. Then after second we applying the third process, that is the removing of the all cleaner, let's dry it. And then we need to apply the penetrant on that particular fourth position. And to remove, as you can see, this particular penetrant fill in the particular crack, like this crack. So removing the excess penetrant from the surface and let it be settle very easily inside the particular flaws. And when we give the time to settle down this particular penetrant inside the material flaws, then we will apply the kind of a developer on the surface. That developer will soak the particular liquid which is hidden inside the particular crack and to develop the impression on it. And with that impression we can identify the surface where the crack is present, as you can see in these particular figures. So the applying developer on surface, this pull out the dye from flaws, and flaws are revealed by the color of the dye. Instead of developer, fine developing powder or the tall powder can be sprinkled on the surface to soak that particular penetrant on that particular surface. So this is another kind of a representation of that first step is the crack filled with the dirt, which is to be clean. Then apply the penetrant to remove that excess penetrant on the surface, to let it be settled down the penetrant inside the particular floor. Then after that particular, applying the developer, and that developer will evoke that particular liquid penetration which is hidden inside the particular crack, and that crack to be initiated and can be identified, which is not visible by the naked eyes. So here is the another kind of a figures, the test results which is showing. This is the liquid dye penetration test results. This is the test which is happened on the field job, on the working environment of that particular weld, that particular pipe is welded at particular location on their particular working site, and then after the weld it is checked by this particular dye penetration test immediately to check the weld quality, that it is not left any kind of a initial crack. And you can see these two figures are distinguished according to their particular. As we discussed, they are penetrant of two types, that is the liquid and the fluorescent. And that fluorescent particular is showing the cracks in the UV light. As you can see these cracks. So this is the another simple method, and very frequently utilizing that particular component is dipped into that particular fluorescent liquid for some time, and that particular fluorescent as similar to that particular dye is hidden inside that particular crack and can be visible in the dark room in the fluorescent light. But if that particular component is limited in the size of the component, and it is not possible to check in the open light or in the open environment. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this dye penetration inspection? So this test can be applied to almost any type of metal, non-metal, magnetic or non-magnetic materials. The simple to utilize and it to be controlled, and the cost of the test is very less, as it does not require any instrument or electronic display units, and it carries only a liquids which is to be utilizing for the cleaning, for applying the dye, and to develop that particular crack with the help of that penetrant. And the sensitivity is greater than that of magnetic particle test. We will discuss in the later class. And what are the disadvantages? As we know, no one is the perfect or the 100% efficient. So have some kind of a defect, some kind of a flaws as well in every segment. So the disadvantages of dye penetration inspection. The cleaning of component is must before and after testing to avoid rusting inside on the surface of the material. Misleading result may be obtained in case of component with surface film and coatings. If we do not clean the surface properly, maybe the result will vary due to that effect of that particular films of the coating. Only surface defect can be detected. Yes, this is the most relevant factor that is utilizing in this particular scenario. The liquid penetration test is utilizing to check the surface defect, not for the subsurface defect. It is much utilizing for just the surface defect, means this is the surface of the metal or the product. It just check the some which is touched to the upper surface of the particular material. It is only when it is at the corner that is we can identify it very easily. That is shown in that particular figure. Yes, that the thing. That. So the test is not applicable for powder metallurgical component, as the powder metallurgy that is have some kind of limitations. So this particular test is utilizing for that kind of a product. which is made by the powder metallurgy, and their combination, they made by the combination of the compacting of the powders. So it have the chances to not the propagate properly or to find out the result properly as it is identify the solid materials. So this is the very basics of NDT and very frequently used NDT method and very most utilizing in the fabrication industry. At the fabrication site, it is very most frequently utilizing dye penetration test, that is a non-destructive testing. As you can see, there is no harming of component, there is no breaking of component, there is no elongation of component, and when the test result is passed, we can utilize that particular component as in the service. So far as this concern of this lecture to the NDT or liquid penetration or dye penetration test, we will further move for the higher level of test, that is the radiography test, and we will discuss these things in the later class. So for now, I am holding this lecture. Thank you.